Ciao everyone, how's it going? Welcome to Brands Hatch for Festival Italia. The weather is decidedly Italian today. It's very hot.
Very hot.
Very, very hot. So let's go and have a look at some cars. Welcome to the Abarth section, probably the single most amount of one-make vehicles here. Most of them being Abarth 500s, but of course we do have a few select cars such as the Punto, and even a Panda 100 HP, which has been significantly modified, which has snuck into the Abarth section. Just note they never actually made an Abarth of the Fiat Panda. But yes, let's go and have a look around and see what else is. We have a separate area to the Abarth 500s for the Abarth Puntos. Of course, slightly bigger body, a bit more practical than the 500. But yes, there's a lot of them today. These things are really not that common. Especially not now. They weren't really that common when they were new, here in the UK at least. But there's a lot of them here. And look, there's even one from Belgium that's come over. Now personally, of the two styles, I like the facelifted version, which is like the cars you see in front of you. There are quite a few pre-facelifts, such as the one just there, as well. Always a highlight at any event, classic Fiat 500. This one says 595 around it. Oh, I like the custom seat coverings. They're nice, left-hand drive. But you forget just how small these things are. They're even smaller than the original Mini. And they're really quite a small car, to say the least, hence the name Mini. Little Fiat 500 model on the dashboard. Looks like a custom switch panel and custom dashboard on there as well. The one detail I always like on these is the way how some of them have the, well, I guess it'd be bonnet, because it's at the back, I guess usually bonnet at the front, but the way they have this open for a bit more air cooling. Next to it, Fiat 124 Spider, this one particularly being the Abarth version. I like the shade of blue. The blue has really grown on me on these, but I always like these. Of course, shared development with the Mazda MX-5, but got Fiat or Abarth engines underneath the bike, depending on which model you buy, compared to the Mazda, which of course has got Mazda's own engine in there. And of course the styling, personally I prefer this over the MX-5 styling, and not because of Italian bias, as much as I like Italian cars. Just generally, I like these cars a bit more than the MX-5. Team Forza Abarth 500. Obviously a proper little race car this. Semi-slick racing tyres. Those are racing wheels. A roll cage. Certainly a dashboard oriented towards the racing driver. I bet this is fun on the track, especially with it having all the stuff stripped out, so it'll be even lighter than usual. Abarth 500s do not weigh a lot in the first place, but that would be taking it to the next level. Here's the Panda 100 HP that's snuck into the Abarth stand. Got Abarth Punto badges on the front and obviously on the rear as well. Wide body kit. Looks good, I quite like it. I've always liked the Tributo Ferrari stripes on the Abarth 500s. I think it's a really, really nice colour. Works out really well with the red paintwork on these. Maybe something I should do on my Panda. Let me know, thoughts down below. Look, it's Pikachu on the dashboard. This car is something a little bit different. It's massively, massively tuned and obviously really cared for. You can see the glittery, sparkly paintwork in the top half of the car, with like a little gold pinstripe going all the way around. But supposedly this car has had quite a lot of modification done underneath there, and although we can't see underneath there, it's had a Focus ST3 turbo fitted to it, and supposedly when it's fully finished and everything's done on it, it's going to be producing somewhere in the region of 400 to 450 horsepower, which from what I understand of it makes, or will make it, the most powerful Abarth 500 in Europe. That's going to be quite something. The Abarth I drove earlier this year for the review, or late last year, but obviously the video was earlier this year. That was at the time 182 horsepower. Since then you'll have seen that particular one in my Simply Italian video, which by that point it had 200 horsepower. So if you imagine, that was fairly leery, so this I can imagine is going to be on absolutely another level basically. That's the only way I can describe it. Speaking of that very Abarth, here it is. Currently sat here today, very distinctive with its Golf livery. It's got a little mini push-along Fiat 500 on the roof as well. Obviously done in the same style, and I really like that. It's a nice little touch, Tom. But yes, this car is now producing about 220 horsepower, which quite frankly is absurd in a small car like this. But obviously when the one over there is done, that's going to be a bit faster and a bit more powerful. But yeah, this is one of my favourite Abarths out there, really like it. And given I've been coming down to Festival Italia for 3 years, I'm really glad I've gotten to know the owner of this car over that time. It is just a magnificent piece of work, this. The time, effort put into it, staggering. But I do like this. That is a nice little addition. This car has been massively and heavily inspired by race cars. 595. I like the colour scheme going on with this, black and yellow. The natural colour for danger. This is called the Dark B. It's really well done, this. There's so many Abarths. Now, Genevieve has said if she was ever to get another car, a second car, she'd go for an Abarth 500 because obviously it's like her current car, and also because it's just that little bit quicker. And I said to her earlier on, well, she should keep her current 1.2 500 and get an Abarth 500 in orange and have a black stripe on it, so a little bit of contrast. I didn't actually realise they did them in orange. But yes, maybe she should get one like this in this colour, but with a black stripe down it. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Always love a 500 with twin tone paint. It's just a nice little detail that adds to them. And that was a selection of Abarths here at Festival Italia. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look at some of these cars. There's way too many to go around and spend forever looking at every single detail. So if you want to have a look for yourself at these vehicles, then do come on down to a Festival Italia one year. There's always Abarths here, and all the owners are really friendly as well, so you can find out everything you want to know about them. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. See you in the next video. Until then, farewell.